As we know, Advent is an important ritual for most followers of Christianity. But how can we extend its importance one step further by using it to foster relationships with other religions? Today I will be discussing some rituals from other religions that are similar to Advent and why those traditions are significant. It should also be noted that for the sake of simplicity, I will only be covering the Catholic iterations of Advent. But first and foremost, what is Advent? Advent is a 40-day long liturgical season that takes place in the period leading up to Christmas, beginning 4 Sundays before Christmas and ending on Christmas Eve or December 24th. The 4 week period is divided into four equally long sections, each symbolizing a different virtue Jesus embodied. These four virtues are hope, love, joy, and peace. The four virtues are also usually represented by four candles of varying colors, with each candle melting throughout the 4 weeks. During Advent, Christians are called to fast, pray, and prepare, culminating in Christmas. The purpose of Advent is to cultivate a Christian's relationship with God and prepare for the upcoming holiday. The first religious festival I can relate Advent to is the Jewish festival Hanukkah. Much like Advent, Hanukkah is a prolonged period rather than a singular event or day such as Christmas. Both religions also happen around the same time, at the end of November or the very beginning of December. In addition, similar to Advent, Hanukkah's dates vary depending on its respective religious calendar. Finally, and most significantly, both Advent and Hanukkah use candles as symbols. In both Advent and Hanukkah, candles of various colors are lit in sequence, symbolizing the passage of time. In addition, both rituals make use of candles as a form of ideological and symbolic representation, although each religion does appoint different meanings. Since we can draw so many similarities between the two festivals, it is easy for Christians and Jews to relate to each other and celebrate collectively through these rituals, henceforth creating opportunities for interreligious dialogue. For example, a Christian that celebrates Advent can very easily comprehend the symbolism behind the candles in Hanukkah, and vice versa. The second religious festival I can relate Advent to is the Islam festival Ramadan. Similar to Advent and Hanukkah, Ramadan also takes place over a prolonged period. But besides small details about the time and layout of the festival, similar to the ones mentioned for Hanukkah and Advent, more significantly, Ramadan is very similar to Advent in the aspect that it is also a period of spiritual preparation, fasting, and worship, leading up to a singular, significant celebration. During both Advent and Ramadan, followers generally aim to become closer to God and more devoted to their faith. In fact, both rituals even share customs in achieving this goal, including fasting, goal setting, prayer, and general worship. Finally, both festivals culminate in a final celebration, Christmas for Christians and Eid al-Fitr for Muslims. In both festivals, followers give gifts, feast, and spend time with family and friends. Since both Advent and Ramadan share so many similarities, down to the ideological goals of the festival, as well as the culmination in customs, it is easy to say that they could be considered mirror versions of each other. Due to the great number of similarities, I feel Christians and Muslims could very easily compare and contrast each other's festivals, allowing both parties to gain further knowledge and truth. I also feel Christians and Muslims can enjoy the culmination of each other's festivals, as the practices of Christmas and Eid al-Fitr are very similar.